In the Kali Yuga, when godness in the world is deteriorating, there will appear a prophet from the Bedi clan named Nanak, who from birth will be endowed with extraordinary spiritual power. He will preach on the nobility of life and the eradication of the sinful ways. The Guru of the prophets, Brahma, Vishnu, and Shivaji, is God Almighty Himself. This very Creator will manifest itself as a human in the form of one whose name will be Nanak. It was during the time when the world was plunged into the dark world of ignorance, feudal tyranny and oppression, religious and cultural strife, that Shri Guru Nanak Dev, the founder of Sikhism, took his birth. Celestial music resounded in heaven. Almighty host of gods thus hailed his birth. God has come to save the troubled peace of the people of all communities. He came to preach brotherhood and humanitarianism, irrespective of caste, creed, color, nor economic status. He brought vision of a common humanity to a society which had become a place of violence and strife. Guru Nanak Dev's life was to serve as a beacon light for his age. He was a great seer, saint, and mystic. He was a prolific poet and a unique singer of God's laudation. A prophet of peace, love, truth, and renaissance. Guru Nanak was born on April 15, 1469, in the western Punjab village of Talwandi to a simple Hindu family. His father Mehta Kalyan Das was an accountant in the employment of the local Muslim authorities. From an early age, Guru Nanak made friends with both Hindu and Muslim children and was very inquisitive about the meaning of life. At the age of 6, he was sent to the village school teacher for schooling in reading and writing in Hindi and in mathematics. He was then schooled in the study of Muslim literature and learned Persian and Arabic. At age 13, it was time for Guru Nanak to be invested with a sacred thread according to the traditional Hindu custom. As a young man herding the family cattle, Guru Nanak would spend long hours absorbed in meditation and in religious discussions with Muslim and Hindu holy men who lived in the forests surrounding the village. Thinking that if bound in marriage, Guru Nanak might start taking interest in the household affairs, a suitable match was found for him. At age 16, he was married to Sulakani, daughter of a pious merchant. Guru Nanak did not object as he felt that married life did not conflict with spiritual pursuits. Guru Nanak was happily married. He loved his wife and eventually had 2 sons, Sri Chand in 1494 and Lakshmi Chand 3 years later. Guru Nanak was 30 years old in 1499. The next stage of his life began with extensive travels to spread the message of God. Accompanied by his Muslim rubber player Mardana for company, Guru Nanak undertook long journeys, to convey his message to the people in the form of musical hymns. Guru Nanak chose this medium to propagate his message because it was easily understood by the population of the time. Wherever he traveled, he used the local language to convey his message to the people. He traveled throughout the Indian subcontinent and further east, west, and north to spread his mission. Wherever he went, he set up local cells called manjis, where his followers could gather to recite hymns and meditate. Then came the day of destiny. The Guru prepared to depart from the world of mortals and his return to the eternal home. He asked his disciples to pray and lay down covering himself with a sheet. Thus, on September 22, 1539, in the early hours of the morning, Guru Nanak merged with the eternal light of the Creator. When the followers lifted the sheet, they found nothing except the flowers, which were all fresh. The Hindus took their flowers and cremated them, while the Muslims took theirs and buried them. Thus, having spread the words of reform throughout his lifetime, Guru Nanak successfully challenged and questioned the existing religious tenets and laid the foundation of the Sikhism.
मेरे दिल में बसी हो माँ मामा तू ești în inima mea o tu me băsi ho mamă tu ești pe buzele mele mere cit me băsi ho și o mamă tu ești în atenția mea anco me băsi ho.
When Nanaka came in, he saw that Hindus and Muslims were fighting. So he started his theme with Kabira, saying that Ram and Rahim are both the same. And how can you differentiate between the two? All their theme was like this, of integration of these two main religions which existed in India. That time there was no question of giving realization. People were trying to defend their faiths and fight each other and kill each other. Imagine. Created by the same spirit, fighting among themselves. How silly it must be and absurd. In many places, Nanak Sahib has proved that he was Muhammad. Guru Nanaka prophesied, just like William Blake, that the men of God are going to come during Kali Yuga. And there will be many prophets who will be transforming prophets who will be transforming people into prophet state. He had prophesied. They have all prophesied about you. Now you have to prophesy about those who are going to be prophets.